Good morning students, this is Krishna Chauhan from Payne Institute. Today we are going to start with the topic osmotic pressure. In the last video we had done many different colligative property. The very first colligative property we have done is the lowering in the vapor pressure. Then second, after that we have done with we have done with the lowering of the vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure was been there. After that we were having elevation in boiling point. The second one was the elevation in boiling point. After that we have done the third colligative property, that is depression in freezing point. After that we have done with the depression in freezing point. And today we are going to do the last colligative property, that is the osmotic pressure. Okay, so let's start with the today's topic. Today we are going to study regarding the osmotic pressure. First of all, we will see the simple definition of osmotic pressure. What is osmosis? First of all, what is osmosis? Osmosis is a process by which the molecule of solvent passes from a solution of low concentration to a solution of high concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. This is a semi-permeable membrane, which is even being said as SPM, semi-permeable membrane. Okay. So here it is written, osmosis is a process in which the molecules of solvent, which molecules? Only and only the molecules of solvent. We know that in a solution we are having solute plus solvent molecules. We are having the molecules of solute and solvent. They are combiningly forming the solution. Okay. Out of this, what is there? That the size of the solute molecules, are large as compared to the solvent. Solvent molecules are smaller in size, because of which what happened, the solvent molecules can easily pass through the semi-permeable membrane. Because of their smaller size, they can be easily passed through the SPM. So, this is semi-permeable membrane. Okay, so why only and only solvent molecules are getting passed? Because of the small size of the solvent molecule. Now see, one more thing is written, that they are moving from low concentration to a high concentration. Okay, in this what happened, whenever we are having, they have said that the solvent molecules are moving from low concentration to the high concentration. Suppose I am having a solution A. Okay, in this I am having a solution A. The solution is having low concentration. I am having low concentration. It means that low concentration means the amount of solute. What is low? The amount of solute. The amount, which amount? किसका amount कम है हमारे पास? Solute का amount. ठीक है? The amount of solute will be less as compared to a solution. Suppose I am having another solution. I am having B solution. In this what happened? The concentration is high. High concentration is there. High concentration is there. It means that the amount of solute in this will be higher as compared to the amount of solute which is present in the solution A. Okay, solution A and solution B. A is having low concentration, means the amount of solute will be less, whereas in the solution B the amount of solute will be high. Okay, now what happened if I am joining both the solution? मैंने क्या किया? I am going to join them by a small pipe, and in this I am going to keep here a semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane, somewhat like this. I am having somewhat like this construction. Okay, but this time I am taking both of them a solution, one with the higher concentration, another with the lower concentration. Lower concentration, the amount of solute will be high. So what will happen? The amount of solvent, by default the amount of solvent will be your high in this. ओके मेरे पास ए सॉल्यूशन में जहां लो कंसेंट्रेशन है वहां पे अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्यूट ज्यादा है, तो अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्वेंट क्या रहेगा मेरे पास सॉल्यूट का कम है, तो अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्वेंट विल बी हायर. Whereas in another case where high concentration is there, so solute amount will be more but the solvent amount will be less. So what I have said right now, क्या होता है मेरे पास, the amount of solvent particles क्या होगा, दोनों साइड से मेरे पास सिर्फ और सिर्फ सॉल्वेंट के पार्टिकल्स, ओनली एंड ओनली माय सॉल्वेंट पार्टिकल्स, these solvent particles can only pass through the semi-permeable membrane. So what will happen? The solvent particles from the A solution are going to get diffused through the semi-permeable membrane towards the B solution. Okay, to have the same amount or the same pressure, and that is the lower concentration. What will happen? The lower concentration to the higher concentration. Why the lower concentration to high concentration? It is all because the more number of solvent molecules, and here less number of solvent molecules are present. Okay, so this is the reason that what is osmosis? Osmosis is the flow. It is the flow of the molecules of a solvent from a solution of low concentration. We are having two solutions, one with a low concentration, another with a high concentration. So molecules of the solvent is going to flow from the low concentration towards the high concentration to have the same concentration, to make equal concentration. Okay, to have an equal, or you can say same kind of the osmotic pressure. We will study regarding the isotonic solution. At that time you will get to know that why the solvent molecules are passing through the semi-permeable membrane. Okay, next to this is you are having the osmotic pressure. What is osmotic pressure? Okay, in this what is written? It is the minimum pressure. It is the minimum pressure which needed to be applied to a solution. Which part of the system we are talking about? We are talking about the solution, to prevent the inward flow of the solvent through the semi-permeable membrane, Okay, one thing I want to say, that semi-permeable membrane, first thing we know that it allows only and only solvent molecules. It does not allow solute. Why? That we have seen, because of the small size of the solvent as compared to the size of the solute molecule. Okay, so same thing will be there. See, this statement, the osmotic pressure, can be easily understood by using this figure. Here in this figure we can see that one side we are having solution is there, so it is comprised of both the amount of solute plus the amount of the solvent. Am I clear? We are having both the solute and solvent present in the solution side, whereas in the solvent side only pure solvent is present. So now what will happen? See, we know that the solute particles are larger. Solute particles are larger in size as compared to the solvent particles. Solvent particles are smaller in size. Okay, so these are the small size solvent particles. We are having solvent particles even on this side also. So what will happen? These solute particles, these large size solute particles, are going to go and put pressure. They are going to hit over the semi-permeable membrane. They are going to apply a pressure over the semi-permeable membrane, and that pressure is known as the osmotic pressure. Okay, so to minimize this pressure, or to just to remove this pressure, what will happen? The solvent molecules are going to flow from solvent part towards the solution part, and that, see what it is written here, minimum pressure which needed to be applied to the solution. What will happen when the solvent particles are moving? What I want to say, जब solvent के particles solvent के side में से solution के side पर move कर रहे होंगे, तब क्या होगा? This side, on the solution side, we have to apply a pressure. हम क्या करेंगे? एक solution के side पे pressure apply करेंगे. That pressure is to restrict or to stop. This pressure is to restrict, or we can say this is to restrict or resist, or we can say stop. To stop the inward flow of the solvent particles. To stop the inward flow of solvent molecules. So that pressure, that minimum pressure which is needed to stop the solvent molecule to pass through the semi-permeable membrane and to come inside the solution part is the osmotic pressure. So that minimum pressure is known as the osmotic pressure. Now my thing is, a question arises in my mind, that why we have to stop the inward flow, and why the solvent molecules want to come from this side to this side. The thing is that क्यों solvent के molecules को solvent के container में से solution के container में आना है? ठीक है? It is all because of the concentration difference. Why? It is all because of the concentration difference. Okay, see, in both the solution, when we are having solution on this side and that side we are having only pure solvent. So what happened? There is a concentration difference. Here it is high concentrated, whereas this is having low concentration. We can say that solution part is having high concentration. यहाँ पे क्या है हमारा कंसंट्रेशन ज़्यादा है एज कंपेयर टू दिस वन, हियर वी आर हैविंग लो concentration. So what will happen, as we have seen that what is the osmosis? Osmosis is a process in which the solvent molecules are moving from low concentration towards the higher concentration. And why this is a higher concentration? Because we know that some amount of solute is present in this, whereas no solute is present in the pure solvent. Okay, so we can say that because of the concentration difference, what will happen? Solute particles want to flow from the solvent container towards the solution container. Okay, so once again I am telling you very clearly, only and only solvent particles, which particles? Only and only solvent particles flow from the solvent side to the solution side, and this is all to equalize the concentration. Okay, it is all to have the same concentration on both the side, and the time to restrict or to stop the solvent molecules from coming from the solvent side towards the solution is known as the osmotic pressure. See, okay, so this kind of pressure has been applied on the solution side. Now see what happened, this property, this osmotic pressure is a property of a solution. So this property is also the one which depends upon the amount of solute particle that is added. अभी मैंने आपसे कहा कि क्या है उसके अंदर solute के particles है. The solute particles are there. More the number of solute particles, ज़्यादा अगर solute particles होंगे, so what will happen? They are going to exert more pressure over the semi-permeable membrane, and more will be the diffusion of water from here to here. देखो होता क्या है, जब दोनों के दोनों आपके पास दो सॉल्यूशंस है, एक जैसे कि हमारे पास है सॉल्वेंट है, दिस इज योर सॉल्वेंट एंड दिस साइड वी आर हैविंग दी सॉल्यूशन. यहाँ पे क्या है हमारे पास सॉल्यूशन है. सॉल्यूशन में क्या है, सॉल्यूट के पार्टिकल्स है, उनका काम क्या है, यहाँ पे सॉल्यूट के पार्टिकल्स है, यहाँ पे सॉल्यूट के पार्टिकल्स नहीं है, तो वो क्या ट्राई करता है, दिस सॉल्वेंट ट्राइज टू फ्लो फ्रॉम दिस वन थ्रू सेमी परमेबल मेम्ब्रेन टू इक्वलाइज द कंसेंट्रेशन. क्या है इसका काम, इक्वल करना. किसको इक्वल करना, कंसेंट्रेशन को इक्वल करना. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हाई कंसेंट्रेशन है, यहाँ पे लो कंसेंट्रेशन है, दोनों साइड जस्ट टू हैव द सेम कंसेंट्रेशन. व्हाट विल हैपन, द सॉल्वेंट पार्टिकल्स विल ट्राई टू कम इन द सॉल्यूशन साइड टू हैव द इक्वल कंसेंट्रेशन. सो दैट pressure is the osmotic pressure. This is known as the osmotic pressure. We can see that osmotic pressure is the one which is directly proportional to the CRT. ठीक है, osmotic pressure has been said is equal to CR and T. C is the concentration of solution. C is the concentration of solution. Okay, R is the gas constant. This is R is equal to gas constant, and T is the temperature. T is your temperature. Okay, temperature we will take this in the Kelvin. Okay, temperature will be taken in the Kelvin. R will be taken, gas constant will be having different value according to the osmotic pressure. If we are taking it in the ATM, so what will happen, if the R is there in the form of the ATM, we will use 0.082 ATM liter Kelvin inverse mole inverse. Okay, if the same value is there in the bar, we will take 0.08314 bar liter Kelvin inverse and mole inverse. Okay, so these are the gas constant. Pi will be given the value according to the ATM pressure. ATM pressure will be there, bar can also be there, then Pascal is also possible. Here also we will have the unit Pascal. Okay, we know that 1 bar is equals to 1 bar is equal to 10 raised to power 5 Pascal. Okay, so we can easily convert the bar into Pascal. So these are the different units of the gas constant, and this is the relation where C is the concentration. Okay, whenever I am having C concentration, C is the concentration which is equal to number of moles in the volume V. V concentration has been defined as mole per liter of the solution, and is the number of moles. So moles can even be written as weight upon molar mass of the solute, multiplying this by volume. So keeping the same value in this equation and rearranging, we can have the formula. Just now I have said that we are having pi is equals to CRT, where C is equals to N by V, RT, N is equals to number of moles which will be equal to the given weight, this is the given weight upon molecular mass multiplying by the volume V and R into T. So this gives you the osmotic pressure pi of the solution. This formula can be used to determine the molecular mass of a given solution. Okay. Now moving towards one more small topic. Next to this, the osmotic pressure, we are having three types of solution. Just now we have seen that because of the concentration difference, what is there? Because of the concentration difference between the solvent and the solution part, what will happen? Solvent particles are going to move towards the solution side. So this movement will depend upon the type of the solutions we are using. There are always, we are having three common type of solutions are there. Okay. First one, it is written here, isotonic solution. Okay, what are isotonic solution? I am having two solution A and B. This is my 5% NaCl and this is also my 5% NaCl. I am having two different solutions. One is a 5% NaCl, another is also a 5% NaCl. When we are having these two solutions kept in a different compartment and separating them by the semi-permeable membrane, we have seen that no movement, there is no movement of solvent molecules. There is no movement of solvent molecules are going to take place in between these two solutions. So at that time, the concentration of both the solutions are same, and those solutions are known as the isotonic solution. Okay, we can have one more thing, that if I am having two solution A and B, when they are being joined to each other using a semi-permeable membrane, and if we see and if we observe, what is the observation? That if we observe no movement of solvent particles, then those two solutions are said to be, these two solutions are said to be isotonic. These two are said to be isotonic. What is the meaning of isotonic? They are having same concentration. Another is the hypertonic solution. Okay, which type of solutions are known as hypertonic? Suppose I am having a solution A. मैंने क्या किया है, एक सॉल्यूशन लिया है A, इसमें मैंने अपने एक सेल रखा है. That cell, a cell is been kept in this. See, a hypertonic solution has a higher solute concentration compared to the intercellular solute concentration. The intercellular, this is the cell I am using. So intercellular means the material inside this one. This is known as the intercellular. So what will happen? The intercellular concentration is high. This is my high. This is having high concentration. Whereas the outside, this area, this is having low concentration. So what will happen? This is low concentration. This is my high concentration. This is my high compared to the intercellular. One thing is there, hyper solution has a higher solute concentration. Sorry, I am writing it. We are going to have a solution. This is the cell. I am having the cell intracellular. This is having, what it is written here, hyper solution have a higher concentration. This is having higher concentration and these are having lower concentration. Okay, what is there in this cell? Suppose I am having a beaker like this. I have kept a cell in this. This is the intracellular space. In this, what will happen? This one, the outer cell is having more concentration. This is having more concentration, whereas the intracellular is having low concentration. This is having low concentration. So what will happen? Just now we have studied that lower concentration to the higher concentration. Lower concentration to the higher concentration. What will happen? Solvent molecules are going to move from lower concentration towards the higher concentration. Okay, what I want to say, that the solvent molecules are going to move from the lower concentration towards the higher concentration, or we can say that from the intercellular to the your outer cellular, or we can say yes, outer cellular content, and because of which the cell which is there, this cell is going to get shrink. It is going to get shrink. Okay, and now the third type of the solution is the hypotonic solution. What happens in a hypotonic solution? Reverse of the hyper. reverse of the hyper will be there. We are having this is my cell. Once again I am having my cell. In this one, what will happen? It is having low concentration. The outer cellular, this is my inner cellular, intracellular. We can say this is my intracellular space is there. So outer this way, this entire is having low concentration, whereas this will be having high concentration. This is going to have my high concentration. So what will happen in this? We can say that the movement of water, or we can say the solvent molecule, will be from the lower concentration to the higher concentration. So solvent molecules, in this condition, my solvent molecules are going to move from lower concentration to the higher concentration, from lower concentration to the higher concentration, and because of which my cell is going to get swell up. My cell is going to get swell. This is going to swell up. Okay, so that's it. We are having the osmosis, osmotic pressure, and three kinds of the solution, plus the formula for the osmotic pressure, pi is equals to CRT. Okay, so till now we have studied about this much. Let us see a question related to the osmotic pressure. We are having this question which is related to the osmotic pressure. Let us try to solve the same question. Okay, what is given here in the question? It has been written 200 centimeter cube of an aqueous solution. How much volume is there? They are giving you volume in 200 centimeter cube. We know that 1 centimeter cube handles 1 ml of the solution. So 200 centimeter cube is going to handle 200 ml of the solution. Am I clear? This much is clear? Okay. Of a solution containing 1.26, this is the weight of the protein. How much weight is there? 1.26 gram of protein is there. The osmotic pressure pi is equal to, how much it is there? 2.57 10 raised to power minus 3 bar. How much pressure is there? 2.57 10 raised to power minus 3. Calculate the molar mass of the protein. What they are saying that they are having an aqueous solution. एक aqueous solution पड़ा है जिसका वॉल्यूम कितना है? 200 ml है, जिसके अंदर प्रोटीन है. यहाँ पे क्या है? प्रोटीन के मॉलिक्यूल्स है जिसका वेट कितना दिया गया है? 1.26. 1.26 is the weight of the protein, and this solution is having an osmotic pressure. कितना प्रेशर एक्सर्ट कर रहा है इसमें से? 2.57 10 raised to power minus 3. This is the pressure which has been exerted. What they want is calculate. What we have to calculate? Calculate the molar mass of the protein. They want us to calculate the molar mass. So let us use the formula. Pi is equals to CRT. What is C? C is the number of moles upon volume into R into T. N, what is N? Using the formula same, N is the weight upon molar mass multiplied by volume into R into T. Okay, so this is the formula which we are going to use, is equal to pi. Let us keep the value. How much weight is there? 1.26. Molecular mass, we don't know. What is the volume? Volume is there 200 ml, but the volume should be written in the liter. So we are going to once again divide this also by 1000, multiplying this by R. What is the gas constant? We can see that here we are having in the bar is given. So we are going to use 0.08314. Okay, and now the temperature. How much temperature is given to you? 300 Kelvin. 300 Kelvin, which is equal to the osmotic pressure. How much pressure is given to you? 2.57 10 raised to power minus 3. Okay, using this we are going to solve the question. Okay, we are going to solve the question. Let us solve the numerical part. What will be the answer of this? Okay, if I want to solve keeping the mm as it is and remaining thing we will solve. 1.26 multiplying by 0.08314 and then multiplying this by 300, we are having 31.426 divided by mm is equal to how much? 2.57 into 10 raised to power minus 3. So mm will be equal to how much? Mm will be given to you 31.426 dividing this by your pi, 2.57 10 raised to power minus 3. So if I am dividing this by 2.57, I'm going to have 112.2283 into 10 raised to power plus 3 is equal to molar mass. So I can say that my molar mass is going to be, how much molar mass will be there? My molar mass is going to be 12228.3 grams. Am I clear? So this is going to be the molar mass of the protein which has been used. Okay, so using the same formula and the instructions which I have given you right now, what is there? Volume is given to you. You can say the weight is also given of the protein, temperature is given, we are even given the osmotic pressure. Just keeping all the values in this formula, this is the formula which we are going to use. Pi is equals to n upon v, CRT, this is CRT, n by v RT. So keeping on the values and solving, we are going to get 1228.3 gram. Okay, so till now we have completed the osmotic pressure. After this, in the next video, we are going to have the abnormal mass. Thank you everyone.